ba? I mean, ikaw naman, paano mo silang sinasayk sa mga ganitong, sa harapin nila, dito sa pagka-brutal na to?
Dean, I agree with Patch, yung sabi niya na parang you prepare for the big night. Pero I see it more as a process. Ang dapat yung big night, doon dapat mag-pick. Doon dapat mag-pick yung candidate.
Ganun pala yun.
But before that po, maraming mentors na nagtitrain sa isang candidate. Sa akin nga po ang tingin ko is it takes a village, no? It takes a village of mentors to
Yeah.
produce the queen.
Alam mo, Nads, no? Yeah, go ahead.
Yes po. So yung pagiging brutal po is that's part of the training. It's really, how should we call it? Intensive and extensive.
Yes. Yeah.
So
Intense.
sa lahat po ng aspeto.
Oo. Alam mo, Nats, no, nabigla ako dun sa sinabi mo, no? Para rin palang boxing, alam mo yon yung ginagabayan mo hanggang mag-peak. Alam mo yon yung
Yeah.
don't peak ahead of time. Dapat at
Yes.
that right moment. How do you do that? Pareho rin ba yan? Yung may mga diet, may mga sleeping hours, may ganyan ba yon?
Opo. Din basically the answer to that is yes. Ang unang-una pong ginagawa is that mentors have to remember that they cannot be the candidates. In other words, yun pong values and ambitions and style ng trainer, hindi dapat replacement yon sa kung sino yung candidate. So, ang training po namin must be candidate-centric. So, hindi po dapat inaalis yun na ito si Patch. So, dapat ang training natin is lalong mag-blow si Patch, hindi baguhin si Patch. Tapos po, yung binanggit niyo po kanina din, yung diet, ayun, naka-based pa rin po siya kung sino yung candidate.
Okay.
Na anong klaseng diet dapat magkaroon ang candidate na ito kasi based on her body proportions. So, ganoon din po sa Q&A.
Yes.
Sa akin pong so-called department, hindi ko po pwedeng baguhin kung ano talaga yung mga sagot nila. At kay Patch po, hindi po talaga ako nahirapan.
Oh, wow, ang galing. Patch, balik ako sa iyo, ha. Talking about questions, no? Yung bang pagka-abogada mo o yung dinaanan mong brutal rin sa law school, nakatulong sa iyo? Nakatulong sa iyo, Patch?
Alam niyo po, masasabi ko, uncategorically, oo. Sobrang nakatulong po yung recits araw-araw sa law school. Kasi ganun din yung Q&A eh. You're on the spot and you're given a question and you should have prepared for that question. You should know your answer. I think ang difference lang kasi with recits in law school and Q&A ay walang time limit per se yung recit sa law school. Lahat ng alam mo, ibuga mo. Mas mataas grade mo, diba, Dean? Pag mas marami kang na-quote na batas, na-quote na kaso. Pero sa Q&A, 45 seconds at mag-ring na yung bell. Wala ka na. So that's what I struggled with to contain my thoughts and to structure it in a beautiful way. Yung talagang, sabi nga ni Tito Nad, yung ending na powerful na pag mic drop mo, lahat ng tao papalakpak sa'yo. So, yun.
Patch, sinong modelo mo? I mean, sinong modelo mo? Who has been your model all along? Sinong tinitingala mo na, baka gusto kong maging ganyan? O sino? Meron ka ba?
From the top of my head po, si Shamsi Supsup. Because, unang-una po, when I started in pageantry, when I was first being introduced to pageantry, si Shamsi Supsup yung Miss Universe Philippines. And I saw Shamsi Supsup is also very cerebral, academic, kasi UP graduate po siya, bar top-notcher, architecture, boards top-notcher po siya. I think number 3, correct me if I'm wrong, Tito Nad. So I saw myself in her na, sorry, Shamsi. Sorry, Ate Shamsi. Number 1. Yun. So parang this girl who has this kind of background, like me, who never thought that she could be a beauty queen, became Miss Universe Philippines and placed in the top 5 of Miss Universe. Yung pala yung 3, tama, third runner-up. Yun pala yung 3 sinasabi ko, sorry. So, she was one of my very first inspirations in the world of pageantry, and I really wanted to emulate who she is, lalo na because she was one of the first queens na brains din. Hindi lang beauty, yung matalino din. So talagang idol na idol ko po siya.
Alam mo, Nads, no, yung si Patch, abogada siya, dinaanan niya yung tensyon sa law school. Alam niyo po kasi, ano yan Socratic method ang tawag namin dyan, yung question and answer lang po dyan, no, sa law school, kaya nadaanan niya. Pero, meron ka bang tinwit ng konti dito, konti dyan? Not necessarily with Patch, but with your other applicants, no? May tinwit ka rin ba? Tinwit ganito, ganyan, ganito. Sa mga beauty contest, hindi mo pwedeng sabihin yan, yung mga ganyan. Meron ka bang ginawang ganon?
Ang challenge din sa mga girls is that there's really a time limit. So, 45 seconds, 30 seconds. So, ang nangyayari po initially, especially the girls who had no experience with pageantry, lahat po ng thoughts na nasa isip nila, nasa head nila, sinasabi nila lahat. Parang they tend to explain everything. Mm-hmm. So, yun po primarily, no, how to address it na, may time limit tayo, mag-alarm na ang bell, so paano yan? So, dapat mas concise ang pagsagot. Sa akin nga po din, ang kabaliktaran sa akin, no, isip ko lang bigla, kasi sinabi kanina ni Patch na nakatulong yung preparation niya sa law school, sa pageantry. Sa akin po baliktad, because I was a coach first before I became a law student. So, yung training po sa pageantry, yun po ang nagamit ko sa law school. So, mas maikli po akong sumagot. Mas nasanay po ako na 3 sentences lang pati po sa recitation.
Oo nga. No?
Ito po ang nangyari sa akin.
Oo nga, no. Pero alam mo, no, tama, no. I could understand Patch and Nads, no, you're coming from, that legal education culture na yung, at saka pag nag-abogado ka na, parang gusto mo magsalita eh. Di ba yung parang,
yes.
Gusto ko ako huling say. Madami pa akong gusto sabihin. The task and the art of organizing everything in your head in just 45 seconds, that's tough. Ang hirap nun. Ang hirap nun. Patch, can you get us through the mindset, that thought process habang naririnig mo na yung question, okay, ayan na, how is it? How is it? Ano yung thought process? Ano yung gumagalaw sa utak mo?
This is a lesson from Tito Nad po. Sabi niya, kasi some questions tend to go on and on, parang ang daming filler words. But at the root of it, it's only asking you for one thing. And you have to recognize that one word, Tito Nad, ilan ba yun? 3 words?
Yes. Context.
3 words na nagbibigay ng context. So kahit ang dami niyang sabihin na this year the Philippines has developed blah 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 %. Sa ending nun, how do you think we can improve our tourism? Ganon. So ang keyword mo lang, Philippines improve tourism. So you narrow down the question into those 3 words, and if you can do that, you won't be confused anymore. Kasi for sure those 3 words you recognize, you have an opinion about, and you have something to say about. So, target mo lang yung words na yun, kahit hindi sakto yung sagot mo sa question, kahit hindi sobrang precise, like in law school, you're still gonna give a good answer, kasi you tackled the meat of it. So, that's the first skill when you're listening to the Q&A, yun yung unang-unang kailangan mong gawin para hindi ka sumemplang.
Wow. And Nads, no? Aside from talking, you have to have a good face. Alam mo yun, you have to have a good face, yung parang hindi naman sa madali yung tanong, pero parang may aura of enthusiasm. No? How do you do that? How do you train Patch, for example, for that and the rest of your applicants?
Okay, Dean, I have to be totally honest. Medyo academic po yung naging approach ko dyan. At since, I was already a law student nung mga fourth year of my training girls for Q&A. So I came up with certain rules. So sabi ko po sa mga girls, okay, number one is that you are required not to give a powerful answer. You are required to give a powerful performance.
Wow.
Ayan, yun.
Wow.
Okay, so that's
a
number
good
one. So that must be the orientation din. Kasi lagi nagtatanong yung mga nanonood, no, na parang, bakit nanalo si ganito? Or bakit ito yung halimbawa sa mga local pageant kung saan ako nag-judge. Di ba nag-judge ka rin anak, Patch, sa mga ganon. Bakit nanalo yun? Bakit best in Q&A yun? Eh, mas maganda yung sagot nito. Mas maganda yung opinion. Pero hindi nila nakikita yung ibang aspect po ng performance, such as your stage presence. Kaya sabi nyo nga po din, you're even, required to be calmly, to become, na parang hindi ka naman kinakabahan. Di ba? Ganun po yung expectation po ng audience at ng judges. So, tinitrain po namin dun sa aspetong yun. So, it's not just the answer. It is the most important aspect of the performance, but not the only aspect. There are other aspects such as your stage presence, the way you communicate with the audience, yung bang parang feel mo yung sincerity ng mga girls.
Yeah.
Yun po ang importante din. Yung
Wow.
parang ang sarap mong kausap, yung gano'n.
Yun, oo, wow.
Oo, di ba nakikita po yun? You have that din, you have that skill din.
Alam mo, Patch, you're at the backstage, you're about to go out, thousands of people, probably the whole world watching, di ba yung, and you're representing the Philippines, man, what pressure, di ba? And then, you are conscious that, sabi nga ni Nads, this is performance. I have to be so good. The right timing, the right word, and the right expression. How do you do that? How do you get into that, pass through that pressure? What do you do? May practice ka ba? Nagpa-practice ka ba or something?
Honestly, there's really no way to prepare for it. Kasi you can prepare your walk, you can prepare your answers, but iba pa rin when you're on stage, when people are watching, when you only have that one chance. You can't do that in training. You can't replicate those same conditions in training. So what you have to do is you just have to build your confidence. Dun sa mga small events nyo, you have your appearances leading up to the finals night. So practice mo yung confidence mo doon. You just have to, have that mindset and have that belief in yourself na kahit anong mangyari, kaya mo. Because if not, you'll be crippled by anxiety and fear, and you won't be able to deliver your best performance. And that is arguably, I think, the hardest part of being in a beauty pageant, yung overcoming that pressure that will not let you bring out your true self, what you trained for, and your best performance.
Now, I really, Nats, no, I really realize now, no, why yung mga winners for kamukha ni Patch, no, pag in-announce they really break down, yung hindi naman breakdown as in breakdown, kundi yung napapaiyak sila. I mean, you could just imagine parang catharsis, alam mo yun, boom! It's over and I did it. Di ba? It's a parang bumubuka siguro ang dibdib mo. Patch. That moment, that feeling, ganun yun, no? Kaya,
Siyempre po, opo.
wow.
Nothing beats a crowning moment.
Wow. Nads, about the trainer. Ikaw naman.
Yeah.
Ikaw ba naiiyak ka rin? Basta nanalo, alam mo, si Patch, nanalo. So, do you do that? Minsan naiiyak ka rin ba?
Yes po. Especially po nung bata pa ako, nung nagsisimula pa lang na mag-train, parang you make it personal. So,
Okay.
sabi ko nga po sa mga kasamaan kong trainers din, parang mas maganda siguro medyo detached, no? Kasi nahihirapan ka eh. Kasi if you tend to be emotional and you make it personal, baka hindi mo mabigay yung pinaka-objective na training sa mga girls natin. So sabi ko, konti mo ng layo.
Oo.
Pero yes, na-apektuhan pa rin po ako.
Wow, ano. And both of you are lawyers, no? It's remarkable, no? Kasi merong segue talaga eh, no? And ano, Patch, tatanungin kita. Do you think, ano, you're beautiful. Do you think that will be an advantage in before a judge, whether woman judge or male judge? Is that an advantage? What do you think?
It I think it's a double-edged sword po. It can be an advantage, it can be a disadvantage. Depends on how people receive it. Even in law school po, parang there's a negative connotation kapag masyado kang nagpapaganda, masyado kang maarte. Parang people will place on you that image na hindi ka matalino, hindi ka magaling. So that's very possible. It can happen. And it's something that I am worried about in my practice. But then at the same time, they'll forgive me for my extracurriculars before entering into practice na kasi iba na naman ngayon eh, like you said before in your opening spiel po, iba na yung beauty pageants ngayon.
Yes,
It's just
iba na.
about looks, and we also have substance, we also have intelligence.
Talaga iba, nag-evolve na talaga. And nag-evolve na pati ang how to train them, Nads. I mean, it's
Yes.
parallel yan. Nag-evolve na rin. Teka muna, Nads. Kwento mo nga sa akin. Paano ka bang napasok dito sa training beautiful girls?
Then I had a friend in law school, in undergrad, si Zora Andam. She was our first girl, no? And we thought na, okay, pwede talaga siyang maging beauty queen. So, ang naging kasamahan ko po sa pageant, si Jonas Gapot. Nakita din po niya si Zora Andam. So sabi niya, what if we work together? And so we fielded her and she won. So that was the start of it. This was 2001. That was the first time we fielded a girl in Binibining Pilipinas and she won the top
Wow.
titles. That was the start of it po. Then of course, the team grew. So marami na pong members, marami na pong coaches. But of course, din I have already left the team because I am now part of Miss Universe Philippines.
Ang galing, ano, ang galing, ano. Your family, Patch, must be very, very proud of you. I mean, for a young girl like you accomplishing this much, that must be, the proudest moment of your family. Patch.
So, and I'm thankful that they're very, very good, even from law.
All right.
Hello?
Yeah, Patch.
Sorry, di nawala po ako.
Your family must be proud of you, sabi ko kanina. I mean, I could just imagine kung tatay mo, nanay mo, napapanood sa'yo at nananalo ka, gosh, must be a very, very meaningful moment for them. All right, okay.
Yes po.
Patch,
They,
ito.
they've been so Hello?
Sige, Patch.
So, since law school po, they've been so supportive. Parang, alala na, hindi ako iistorbohin pag may exam. Tapos, they're so sweet. They make my life easy pag nag-aaral. Parang, they food, they take care of me. Bakit? Parang, bibili nila. Alam mo yun, they're so understanding. Kahit I'm not there for them often, kahit di ko sila masyado nakakasama dahil nag-aaral. They're so supportive. And then, care to country na naman because it's the same din. Busy or training time. And the only you can do is wala, ganun. Help people busy ka. They'll bring you food. And yung nag-planners or event darating sila, yung buong pamilya, kahit yung office mate ko, sinasama niya. So it made journey this long pageant easy for me kasi knowing I have them to fall back on in case I need them.
Wow. Alright, mga kapatid, mga kaibigan, sandali lang po, mag-gagap lang tayo. Mga 20-30 seconds lang po ito, kaya wag po kayong alis. Pagpapatuloy natin ang ating interview kay Nad at saka kay Patch. Sandali lang po. Nagbabalik po tayo sa ating programa, The Dean Mel Show. Huwag pa po kayong alis. Tuloy-tuloy pa rin po ang ating pakikipag-usap kay Patch at saka kay Nads. Okay, Patch, eto ha. Your life has so many milestones. So young and so many milestones. You finished law. You graduated sa UP with remarkable honors. And then you won Binibining Pilipinas. You represented the Philippines. Parang tugatog na yan Patch, just check the zenith already. Anything else? Anything else you want to do with your life? Anything else you want to reach? Meron pa ba?
Well, at this point po, I get to talk to my batchmates in UP Law, and inggit na inggit ako sa kanila kasi they're all parang full-fledged lawyers na talaga. As in, ang dami nilang kaso, ang dami nilang hearing, ang dami nilang gawa-gawa silang due diligence na hindi ko naman alam kasi yes, you can call me a lawyer because I passed the bar, but in reality, I haven't really practiced. Right after taking the bar, I joined the beauty pageant. So I feel kind of napang-iiwanan na ng batchmates ko. So I would like to practice law someday, one day, hopefully soon.
What did you find out? What did you find out, Patch? What are the perks of a celebrity? What are the perks of a celebrity? What did you find out for yourself?
I wouldn't call myself a celebrity po exactly because I do get recognized, pero for sure pageant fans yung nakaka-recognize sa akin. But it's really, I don't know, it's really heartwarming to meet people in person who only support you through social media. Parang when you're competing, you don't really feel people believing in you, supporting you, kasi you're in that bubble of competition. But to meet these people in real life na saying na parang, I'm so inspired by you, I want to go to law school because of you, I appreciate your advocacy because my dad is a PDL, a person deprived of liberty, yung mga prisoners, kasi that was what I was advocating for. Parang it makes what you're doing a little bit more worthwhile to see that you're having a positive effect outside of what you can see, outside of what you can feel. So, ma-realize mo yung magnitude ng ginagawa mo when you do meet people who know who you are.
And Patch, and that is power in itself, no? Do you feel that power, and what do you think? What is your plan to make good use of that? You know, that influence and that power. It's for your age.
I do really feel that power because when I say something on social media, it had so many people parang pinanghahawakan nila yon. So I am more careful of what I say, and I plan to use it how I've been using it the past few months kasi very limited yung mga activities, very limited yung appearances. I try at the very least, to educate young people about what's going on in the country, about political issues, social issues. So that's where I found my niche, kumbaga. I tried to explain in a way that they can understand yung mga nangyayari sa bansa natin. And these are young people who don't really have that role model to look up to when it comes to yung mga political, national issues natin. And at least I'm so easily accessible to them. Nasa Instagram lang ako, nasa Facebook lang ako, and they see that I these things, I'm passionate about these things, and I never tried to preach. I just give information, and sila na yung bahala. So through that, young people who don't readily have access to this type of information, and then nakikita nila yung one of their role models speaking about it, it kind of makes them want to learn more. They do their own research, and eventually they form their own opinion about it. And we have a more informed citizenship, a more informed youth. So kahit maliit lang yung following ko, I try to do as much as I can.
Remarkable in the way you express it. No? Nads, you know, your job, or at least your previous job, kasi nasa Miss Universe ka na, it's really an art of transformation. No? You transform people. They already have that inner capability and ability, and yet yours is honing them to maximize that that advantage in themselves. No, you find that fulfilling. I'm sure you find that fulfilling.
Yes, Dean. I find it fulfilling. I think my love for teaching, it was actually developed by mentoring candidates in national pageants. Doon po ata ito nagsimula. So mas nalaman ko na mas nag-enjoy ako if I mentor. So I decided na I think mas magandang magturo na rin ako. So it's also one thing that helped me realize something about myself. So pero ang tingin ko po sa mga tinitrain ko, Dean, is parang hindi po transformation, more of development, self-development. Kasi mas nalalabas nila yung strengths nila, na-realize nila yung weaknesses nila. So it's helping them grow.
Now, Nads, na nasa Miss Universe ka na, more in that, governing body side, nasa at the other part of the spectrum ka na. Do you miss training? I mean,
yes,
do you miss
yes,
it?
Dean. Yes, in all honesty, yes. Kaya po sa Miss Universe Philippines, meron pong part kami na learning journey. Okay, teaching girls, mentoring girls, part pa rin po ako noon.
Okay, wow.
Because I miss it.
So, pero meron pa pala, kahit na kaunti. Okay.
Yes.
Patch, okay, Patch, you have the personality, you have the groove, you have the capability of speaking. Do you like the other beauty queens? Do you also intend to segue to let's say the movies or broadcasting? Does that, or do those profession attract you? Because it's a fit. It's a fit. You have the face and the voice and the intellect. Pwede ba yun? Are you interested in those things?
Personally po, my insight for that is I'm willing to try everything once, especially because you can't say that it's not for you until you really experienced it. Kasi it's so easy to say na, ayoko mag-acting when you don't really know what it is firsthand. But what I will say is, law talaga is my first love. I will always come back to law. I'm very excited to start practicing. I've been looking at law firms na nga. Naghahanap lang ako ng magandang tiyempo. Iniisip ko mabuti. And I'm so excited na talagang maging full-fledged attorney na.
Patch, the pressure now, mas pressured ka ba ngayon kesa noon? I mean now, kasi makikita ka lang ngayon eh. O si Patch, Miss ano yan, binibining Pilipinas yan, abogada pa yan. Mas pressured ka, do you feel yung pressure may umakyat ng konti?
Actually, Dean, mas maraming pressure dati talaga. Kasi once you have been crowned, parang like you said before, yun eh. That's your happy ending, kumbaga. Kasi na-prove mo na yung sarili mo. When you're a reigning queen, uh, parang the pressure is a little bit off. Oo, there's still pressure to maintain that aura, that queenliness. Pero tapos na eh, na-crown ka na eh. So, dati parang may talks pa na hindi naman makukoronahan yan, matalino lang yan, hindi naman siya maganda. So yun yung pressure talaga to prove that you're worthy of the crown. Pero ngayon, na meron na, mas chill na. And you're free to be a little bit more candid. You're free to do what you want with your platform. Kasi, yun na, tapos na.
And Nads, dumadami ba ang nag-a-apply ngayon sa mga, well, Binibining Pilipinas, Miss Universe? What's the situation now?
Marami din. Marami pa rin mga candidates. Marami pa rin gustong maging beauty pageant title holders kasi nga lumalawak yung opportunities mo. So it's actually an empowering platform also. So marami pa rin po mga aspirants. And it's good. Para makapili po talaga tayo ng the best.
May tatanong nga ako sa iyo, Nads. Nads. Basta may nag-apply sa iyong harapan, pero man may itsura ka, may itsura siya, may dating. Pero ang random mo, wala siya nung X factor. Alam mo 'yon? Parang nangyayari ba 'yon yung sinasabi mo kaagad sa kanya, kulang pa. 3 years from now, parang ganon. Do you do that frankly and honestly to people approaching you?
Ang nangyayari po na hindi mo nakikita yon na wala pa siyang drive or may kulang pa. So siguro po, ang nangyayari din is that sinasabihan namin na, baka hindi ka pa hinog. So tapusin mo muna ang pag-aaral mo or kaya mag-apply ka muna ng trabaho para lumabas yung kanyang personality, may mga ma-discover siya tungkol sa sarili niya.
Mm-hmm.
Nangyayari po talaga yon.
Talaga.
Kasi parang ang importante is timing, di ba? Na mahaba nga siyang journey, pero dapat malaman mo kung kailan talaga kayang-kaya mo.
Wow. Okay. Nads, what
Yes.
makes a queen? What makes a queen?
What makes a queen is
Queen,
her power.
Reina.
Yes, sir. What makes a queen is power. Dapat ramdam mo, yung pagdating niya sa room, alam mo, ito, Miss Universe to. Ramdam mo po yung power.
Wow.
So hindi lang maganda, kundi powerful.
Ikaw ba, Nads? Ikaw ba, Patch? Pumapasok rin ba sa isip mo yung, siguro I'll try coaching people. I'll try to transfer technology. Wala na si Tito Nads eh. So ako nang papalit. Naisip mo ba yun minsan?
Hindi talaga. Kasi I have so much to learn pa. Ang layo-layo. I can't even begin to call myself ready to teach. Kasi bago rin po ako, Binibining Pilipinas was my first pageant and then Miss International was my second pageant. So I don't have enough experience. Siguro I can be there as a sister, as a queen na someone who came before you, ganon. Pero really to transfer skills, parang wala pa po ako sa level na yun. Let's leave it po to Tito Nad.
But the way you speak and the way you talk and the way you express yourself, sasabihin ko sa iyo, Patch, we will always welcome you sa FEU Law School ni Nad kung mag-a-apply ka to teach.
Go, Pat.
Diba? So, kasama ko yan si Nads eh. So, well, anyway, pupunta na tayo sa The Dean Mel Challenge natin for the two. Okay, Nads and Patch, may Dean Mel Challenge kami eh. Sana game kayo ha. So, itong gagawin ko. Okay, I will give you certain words and eto, may kukunin ako yung aking props. O yan, Para ako yung yung announcer na magtatanong sa inyo. You will be given a certain random word, 30 seconds to think, 1 minute to answer. Salitan lang kayo ha, Nads at saka Patch, hindi kayo magkakarinigan. Nobody will hear each other. Nobody will hear the sagot ng each other. Don't worry. So, kanina ako mag-uumpisa kay Nads. Nads, I will start with Nads, and then susunod ka, Patch. So, okay. This is your random word, Nads, numero 1. Crown. Corona.
Crown?
Oh.
Yes,
What?
platform?
Anong unang pumapasok sa isip mo? Crown, corona.
Power platform. Crown.
Wow, power platform. Wow, trainer talaga. Okay, let's go to
Must be used responsibly. It must be used responsibly and must be used to promote good.
all right. Wow, deep. Now it's Pat's turn. Okay, all right, Patch. The word is corona, crown. Anong pumapasok sa isip mo?
The crown is both an honor and a responsibility by our Miss Universe 2015, Pia Wurtzbach.
Wow.
Yun po yung Q&A sagot niya, hindi ko makakalimutan.
Ganda ng sagot. Galing. Okay. Numero 2. Okay. Nad, eto. Sana all. Sana all. Nad, the words are sana all.
Wow. Sana all masaya. Hindi. Joke lang po. Sana all hindi naniniwala sa fake news.
Okay.
Sana all hindi naniniwala sa fake news.
All right, relevant. Patch, what's your etong word? Sana all.
Sana all may vaccine na.
Oh! Wow, ang galing ng mga sagot ah. Ano mo sagot, Patch ni Nads? Fake news. Sana walang maniwala sa fake news. Ganda rin eh. Ikaw naman, sana may vaccine na. Okay, Nads. Numero 3. Next word is sushi. Bake.
Baked sushi is a dish I will never try again. Sorry.
Okay, wow. That was revealing. Patch turn. Patch, eto. Sushi bake.
Sushi bake ay favorite ng mommy ko.
Oh.
Japanese, lahat ng Japanese, kahit anime, kahit culture, kaya
Next word, Nad. Eto ha, medyo may konting relevance naman to. Academic freedom.
Academic freedom is the cornerstone of our educational institutions and therefore must be respected and protected.
Speaking like the political law reviewer at FPU. Okay, and Patch, this is the next word, academic freedom.
very simply defend academic freedom.
Yes. Galing. Agree. And the last word is Nad, self-love.
Self-love is a prerequisite before you could love others. You must love yourself first.
Well, the greatest love of all. Next, Patch, the last word is self-love.
Self-love before romantic love.
Oh, very good. Ang galing. Ba yan? Ganda. Very good, thank you. Nads and Patch. Patch, can you give us three Patch Magtanong guidelines in life? Tatlong guide.
These are things that I tell myself often. So first, do no harm, speak no harm. Second, to do things that you're afraid to do. And then lastly, always
Challenge lang for me, no. I think that exemplifies your life, no. It's always a challenge. Law school is a challenge, and binibining Pilipinas is a challenge. Japan is a challenge. By the way,
so subarashi.
team, what else would you like people to know about you?
If you're hiring, please call me. Thank you.
Practical. People must be practical. Nad's 4 Nad Bronce principles in life. 3 or 4? 3 or 4?
Okay. Sige po. Number 1 is be yourself. Number 2 is that love yourself. Yourself is always your biggest source of power. Number 3 is that do good. Number 4 po is always, later in your life, you will regret the things that you failed to do than the things that you've done.
Wow, galing. It's okay?
Bright.
Bright, very bright, very bright. Wow, very bright. And ano ba, do you think ang ating pagko-compete sa buong mundo, basta't nasa pageant ka na, nasa competition ka na, ang atmosphere ba doon, ayan, tiga Philippines yan, maano tayo dyan, maingat tayo dyan, she's a contender. Ganun ba yan, Patch, Nads? Is that the aura ng a Filipino candidate, contestant in an international competition? Yung, ay, si Patch, she's Filipina, she's the person to watch. Ganun ba yun? Is there an aura like that? Patch? Is there an aura like that na nakaka-intimidate ba mga Pilipino ngayon sa international competition?
From my experience po, I definitely think so, but in a more positive light. Parang it's not that they're intimidated per se, but they respect you, they want to get to know you, and they want to be they kind of want to be associated with you, ganon, because they respect your country. So it's easier to make relationships kasi they know you na eh. So all you have to do is reach out. But I'd never found naman na may cattiness or anything in Miss International.
Totoo yun din. Pag dumarating ang isang Miss Philippines, tinitingnan na talaga siya. Wow, she has arrived. Para pong ganun. Pero tama din po si Patch kasi ang mga candidates po talaga natin, ang mga pinapadala natin sa international competitions, kilalang kilala sila ng mga bait at mga matulungin. They are competitive, pero hindi po yung maninira ng iba. Tumutulong po talaga sila. So they're really good candidates. Competitive and good candidates.
Thank you very much. Again, thank you very much, Nads and Patch, Bea.
Welcome.
Thank you very much. It was a pleasure, an honor, and surely a joy for us for you to accommodate us. Thank you very much for tonight.
Welcome po, Dean. Thank you. Thank you for having
din
us.
po. We had
Ang ganda ng ating interview. Wow, talagang at a young age, Bea or Patch, talagang so many natin ang buhay niya. She's an inspiration sa ating lahat. At saka po si Nads, what a work, what a kind of job system, no? And it's beautiful. Parang sinasabi sa atin lahat tayo may kakayahan or angking kagandahan na nasa. Susunod na po ang Ask Ko Lang Din. Ito po ang ating tanong sa Ask Ko Lang Din. Ano ang pwede mong ikaso kung ikaw ay niyaya ng isang kumpanya na sumali sa isang beauty pageant at nakapagbayad ka na ng mga fees for joining pero wala pala talagang kompetisyon? Ang kaso pong yan doon sa mga presidente niyan, doon sa mga actual na nag-udyok sa inyo ay swindling. Isang uri po yan ng swindling o sa ating wika, estapa, sapagkat po sa ilalim ng Article 316 ng ating Revised Penal Code, ang mga taong naglilinlang at nangloloko, any person who to the prejudice of another shall execute a fictitious contract. Kamukha po niyan, may kontrata, nasasali sa isang kompetisyon, o kaya swindling. Yan po mga kapatid, mga kababayan, ang ating lesson for tonight. At natapos na naman po ang isang episode ng The Dean Mel Show. Subaybayan niyo po kami alas 8 ng gabi tuwing linggo dito sa Signal Cable Channel 1 at saka po sa Facebook at YouTube channel ng 1PH at siyempre sa Radyo 5 92.3 News FM. Tandaan niyo po, huwag niyo kakalimutan, next week po ulit magkikita-kita po tayo dito po sa 1PH sa Dean Mel Show. Ito po ang inyong lingkod, si Dean Mel Santa Maria, at tandaan niyo po, kami ang boses ng pinagkakaisang Pilipinas.
Are you ready? Ang TGIS may reunion. Sharon Cunetas, Dear Basher. Ito yung top 1. Pop singer Katy Perry gives birth to her first child with Orlando Bloom. Yoo-hoo! Join me as I count down the hottest news in entertainment. In 3, 2, and 1, let's go!